one here that is from, where was I looking? From Ezio again. Best set and forget keeper after Edison, so I can have 3 out. He wants to do the same. He would like 3 City players.
Okay, so
out. Yeah. But let's take at least because I think we've covered 3 from the same team. But best set and forget besides Edison. Personally, Alisson. We haven't seen him yet, but personally, we could look at Alisson. I did a video on him earlier this week, so he had some really good stats, and but we can't discount David De Gea. He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he, every season? So that 6 mil price tag, though, I don't know about you guys. It's
if you've got the funds available,
work.
if you've got the funds available, De Gea is a no-brainer as a second option to Edison. But granted, you're not always going to have that extra 0.5 million. And I think Alisson could be, he's obviously a quality keeper. He's been good at Roma. But the issue with Alisson for me is exactly the same issue that he's having with Edison now. It's that you're then limiting yourself to 2 outfield Liverpool players. So it brings up. So by process of elimination, obviously I was kind of negating Lloris earlier, but at the 5.5, if you can't have Alisson, Edison or De Gea, he would probably be the next one. I do think Leno at Arsenal, I was talking to Kurt offline earlier, and I think Leno of Arsenal could be very good value. I think he could be great value at 5 million because of Arsenal's home record. So he, I'm not suggesting he's a set and forget, but he could be very good value at 5. Trying to think who's the last premium goalkeeper. There's Lloris, Alisson, De Gea, Edison. There's one more I'm forgetting.
You're looking at Chelsea's, aren't you?
Courtois, of course. So and Courtois probably on the move. So yeah, I mean, if you're sticking at 5.5, I wouldn't go, and you can't go Edison. I wouldn't go Alisson personally. So I'd probably have to go Lloris then, to be honest.
I think one thing I found out, which was, to be fair, defended De Gea's £6 million price tag when I was looking at different ways people get points between saves and clean sheets. Fabianski made the most saves last year, 137 saves, 9 clean sheets.
Yeah.
So he was the best in terms of the saved goalkeeper. And I did said this in a video I think yesterday. Edison, then you're thinking 16 clean sheets, good set and forget, only conceded 26. But you look at De Gea, conceded 28, got 18 clean sheets, so 2 more, and also made 115 saves. So I think it shows that they can get clean sheets when they want to, but it also shows that he's had to make that many saves. The defence at Man United is potentially quite incompetent. I mean, when you're still looking at the fact that if Bailly isn't fit, it's Jones and Smalling. I think Smalling hasn't moved to Wolves. I think that was talked about. It's worrying. As they haven't actually signed Alderweireld yet.
Yeah.
If they do sign Alderweireld and they get Bailly fit, all of a sudden, De Gea's £6 million price tag, it could be sort of a 6.5 million if it goes well. And that's one thing I think you've got to look at, because De Gea potentially outsaved the best save goalkeeper and then out clean sheeted the best clean sheet goalkeeper apart from himself. So he deserves his £6 million price tag. The only problem with it is that if he doesn't, let's say, save, if the defence is a bit leaky and he has to make saves, if he doesn't make those saves, those clean sheets dwindle down, those saves dwindle down, his points dwindle down. So it's sort of balancing the risk and reward. But if you feel like he's going to have another good season, then why not? It's £6 million and you don't need to worry about it. £4 million, he's not going to get dropped.
There's something I just want to quickly talk about with De Gea, because I think it might split opinion, but I think it's worth discussing with De Gea, because obviously there's a big talking point about his 6 million price tag, etc. So the reason I kind of finished on Edison as being the best set and forget over De Gea was like you said, Kurt. De Gea got 115 saves last year, an incredible amount of saves, up there with the best. Edison only made 56, almost identically half of the saves. But when you're paying that much for a keeper, is it not a worry that he's having to make so many saves? It's almost like it was unbelievable that he kept so many clean sheets facing that many shots. Now, you're going to get that many. If you want save points, you can go for the cheap keepers like Fabianski, because they're going to get all the shots at them. Isn't the clean sheets more likely from a team that aren't conceding the chances? Because Man City kept possession so much that Ederson didn't even have to make any saves. And that kind of, when you look at it that way, it got me thinking, like, De Gea got, I kind of feel like Man United only kept so many clean sheets because De Gea was so good last year.
Yeah.
It might be so hard to replicate that because he made so many unbelievable saves. But, like, you couldn't blame him.
But it was only 2 less clean sheets, wasn't it?
Exactly. And there's only two clean sheets difference. So it's not like a massive difference either. So, you know, should De Gea be having to make that many saves is another way of looking at it. So maybe that might split opinion, but I kind of feel like...
Oh, look at Brett being all controversial.
Yeah.
Welcome to my club.
I just love how we've sat here all seriously for the last 10 minutes or so, and Jay has not said anything.
Well, I just think it's the perfect combination. So as long as David De Gea doesn't turn into a rubbish goalkeeper.
Still haven't noticed.
Oh no, I've noticed. If you're talking about the, I just think it's the perfect combination of getting clean sheets and save points, which is what we look for. It's more ideal if we've not spent that much of our budget on it.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to spend that much of your budget, then go for it. But I personally don't look for that from an expensive goalkeeper. I want to be more certain. So I completely understand your point. But as long as David De Gea keeps doing his job like he did last season, then it is literally the perfect combination. But now at 6 million, I think so many people, well, at least a lot of the players I believe will be in the top ranks, will probably not go David De Gea. I think I don't need him.
Yeah, well, he's 29.4% owned at the minute. So he's still quite highly owned. He's top keeper.
Yeah, regardless of what you say, like if you do want to stress for it,
that's what you said. I don't agree.
No, I mean the general you, like regardless of what argument I make, you know what you're going to get with De Gea. Like he's obviously going to be there or thereabouts, isn't he? So if you want to spend the 6 million, you know you're going to get a quality keeper. But yeah, I do think for that 0.5, can you make up those points by using that 0.5 more effectively on your outfield players? You know,